because it was so new and there wasn't a lot of education or information around things. And like I said, everybody was learning at the same time, right? So, and there was, for being, you know, brand new industry, there's no trends, there's no things to look to say, okay, this is how we can anticipate how things will replicate, right? So, I mean, we did use, like, you know, examples in the States or in Europe, and you use common sense, and you listen to what's the other things that people are saying. And that's kind of how the industry, I think, moved forward. I mean, it's a little bit fighting each other in the dark. Right. But in Ottawa, you know, I had worked with some of the other people going through the licensing process in order to help each other. Because at the end of the day, and this is my perspective, is that, you know, it's a big space and there's a lot of opportunity. And yes, you may be competitors in some way, but at the same time, there's a camaraderie and there's a helpfulness in people, right? And I like to see everybody rise up. And that's not true of every industry. That's not true.
It's true a lot of them, in fairness, but there are some that are really cutthroat.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, and that's, I like to work together with people. You know, everybody's got something unique that they're bringing to the table. No, it was like, no, you know, when I was going to school, like being an entrepreneur was not a course you could take, or it wasn't something that people really talked about. I think it was, I like the idea of building things, and I'm a creative thinker. And so I think that's kind of where, for me, it came through. And I'm also a person, like, I don't mind change. I'm okay with change. I like flexibility. So I'm kind of maybe in that way suited for that kind of thing. So, and I'm also like, that's probably why I'm in the cannabis space. I don't really, I think, conform to certain things, or like, and you know, it was something I grew up with. My dad actually would always say, he would always say to me, there are no rules in life. You make up your own rules, right? So the idea is you make your own life what you want it to be, you know, and that's, I think that's kind of what I've done. And so like now the stuff I'm working on, you know, I call myself like a writer and a painter, like, and that's what I want to do. That's what I love. And that's what I tell my two young girls, that, you know, if you really believe in something and you take action towards that, then anything is possible. I love to do hot yoga, but I don't want to run a hot yoga studio, because there's a difference in running the studio and actually just partaking in the yoga. And so that's where the difference is. And so for me, like I said, that all the stuff that I naturally have as a strength were already there in terms of my passion and what I love to do. And I think naturally, I mean, if you love something, you're naturally going to do better at it because you're more focused on it, right? And again, if you do have a natural affinity, it's easier. So why would you want to swim upstream when you can just float downstream? Right. One thing with women, I think, in particular, as entrepreneurs, they think they have to know everything, and they have to be like, you know, you don't, right? And and I think that's where women maybe differ a little more than men, is that they're a little more trepidatious to kind of maybe jump off that ledge. But again, you know, if you have that passion driving you and you've done your homework and you've done that due diligence, I think that's where maybe then it becomes like that decision is more strategic as opposed to just about your heart and you're jumping into something, right? So there's a balance, and I think that's what it is. It's a balance between the two. Yeah, because I mean, if I didn't have to do anything all day and just get a collective money, then, you know, well, then that's a good, right? But it's not, I mean, it's, you know, so you can have a passion, but you still have to take work towards it. believing in yourself, right? To take it to the next level. And I think, taking the action towards it. Like I said, I think it sounds easier said than done, but
but that's great advice. So what you're saying is have a plan, so don't go too off kilter, but then you got to take action towards that plan. Because I find entrepreneurs, it'd be interesting to get your take on this, but it's kind of one of two things. Sometimes they just want to plan and never actually start.
Right.
Like we all know, I personally know a lot of people out there that we're going to start a business and it's been 10 years now, and that they're planning. So you can overdo that, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And then we have others that just go in flailing. They're taking all kinds of action, but they're running east looking for a sunset.